Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Soundwaves. I'm Rob Petrosh, the founder of Sound Cove Labs here in Greenwich, Connecticut. Excited to have you with us today. We've got another great show for you. We are going to Chicago, the Windy City, and Wells Yee is joining us. Wells, welcome to the pod.
I'm so happy to be here, Rob.
It's great to have you. So, Wells, you are the founder of EmployeeJoy.ai. Tell us about the company, what you do, and what inspired you to start it.
So I have been working in service industry for 17 years. If I add my corporate service industry experience, more than 2 decades. So recruiting has been the single most important challenge for any service company. High turnover, many high volume of applicants. And so this, we just see a very persistent kind of a vicious cycle. Hire, like a revolving door type of situation. So therefore, in my last company, I was there for 17 years. We really studied how to recruit, especially using the power of AI. And so how can we incorporate technology? We can hire more precisely, hire better, reduce turnover, and also hire faster. So we really see amazing before and after effect with my company, and we were so inspired by it. So we wrote a book, and which become a bestseller in Amazon, in HR, in recruiting, and in AI for weeks. And then we also really love to share this, our best practice, through the EmployeeJoy.ai. So it's a platform powered by AI, but is human centered, AI-powered system.
Tracking system or an HR tool that is already built. What are you solving that we can't find with the old way?
Great. That's a great question. So I think that there are really two critical things that the traditional recruiting not handling. Number one, how we make recruiting decisions. Do we make that decision based on our guts, educated guts, okay, or our intuition, which we typically do? We're emotional animal. We tend to make judgment very quickly, literally in the first 5 minutes of meeting someone. So should we do that type of recruiting or data-driven recruiting? The difference here between the traditional way with data-driven is that the data-driven is try to resist the initial urge of judgment. Going through a pipeline, collect data, allow people to be out. Of course, we have to screen, but we collect data, informed by data, then we make a decision rather than traditionally make that unconscious decision. Actually, unconsciously, we make that decision much, much quicker. Number one. Number two is incorporate the best practice of decision science. So how we make the better decision. So our pipeline is designed to make sure that we are, for example, traditionally there's a high volume applicants, lots of people apply, lots of unqualified people, right? So if we jump in just to evaluate, we're going to waste so much resources for nothing. So our new system is really promote, we called self-veto filter. Let people show they are not so interested. Let them go. Let them veto themselves. So we build in every step of the way. We build in that self-veto filter. So there we don't do too much while the other side already show us they are not qualified. Let them veto themselves. So there's a process we can do that very, very smartly through decision science. So these two things are really standing out to be the major difference. One is data-focused decision-making process and decision science optimized process.
Wells, are you telling me, and I've worked with a lot of managers over the years, we talk about the gut feeling. Oh, I can just hire off my gut feeling. Are you telling me that is a bad idea?
No, but I'm telling you that based on the traditional way of recruiting, it tends to be very bad. Why? Because these gut feeling jump out in the first 15 minutes. Definitely most, even for the first 5 minutes. If that's the gut feeling we are using to make judgment, by the way, this is not because of anything we do is wrong. It's just human nature. We make decisions using emotional way of looking at the things, and then we unconsciously already made decision. Then the recruiting become a weird process. What is that process? Justification process. We're satisfying our initial thinking, try to prove I'm right. Yeah, right. So that's not good, right? But we do believe that our intuition can be very, very effective. The condition is that don't do that early on. Retain it until you get the full data set, understanding the data, informed by data insights. Then you ask yourself, should I hire this person? That moment, our intuition is extremely good.
Okay, great. No, it's very interesting and it's something I've had a lot of conversations about. So it's great to hear your perspective. Let's talk about the type of company. So you service typically business to consumer home services. Is that the biggest area you service, or talk
Yeah,
to us
right
about who
now
your
we are more
clients are?
focused on cleaning companies, and then we really want to roll out to like food service, retail, caregiving, typical service companies like that. And for home services, there's some technical part for that. There's also another beyond the technical part we are doing very well to evaluate as well. Yeah.
So tell us how it works. Let's pretend I own a cleaning company. I'm having trouble with hiring, like many are. How do I engage with you? How does it all work? Give us a quick 30-second overview of the process.
Sure. Um, so we have been doing this for a long time. We collect data, we link the assessment data with performance data. We make that a very, very crucial link. What I mean by that, we hire somebody, we have the full set of how they were evaluated, what kind of area we're evaluating, quantified data. Then we track after hiring what happened to this person. Is this a good employee? How long this person stayed? So this linkage are the most important thing for AI, for using statistics and AI to provide great insights. Then when you have this data set, the model working really well, then you can make a reasonably good prediction when you have assessment data again. Assessment meaning that you are evaluating a new applicant, you can predict how likely this applicant will do after hiring. So therefore, the prediction power of the AI and the certain area based on statistics and the AI models can be really, really important for us. Provide critical insights.
So when do you get involved? So if I post the job on Indeed and I'm interested, someone is interested in the job, do they have to take the assessment before it comes to the hiring manager, or do you do a screening call? Where do you get involved?
The system plug in as long as they apply. We have an application form, then we have a chat-based interview, we have video interview, we also propose an in-person interview. So all these are automated process, much faster, but every step of the way, human make the final decision. So this is not about replace human recruiters. This is about empower them so they can do this much more precisely and much more faster.
Okay, great. And do you have any statistics on your hiring decisions versus just human hiring
Yeah.
decisions?
Yeah. So for example, in my company, okay, that's why everything is inspired by our own search, our own struggle. We figure out this new system. We observe before and after. So two things really standing out. Before, our average turnover rate using the old methodology of recruiting is about 270%. That means that one job is roughly about 3 people to do it over the year. One position. Okay, one job by average, 3 people do it, 2.7 people do it, roughly. But after this process, we only have 40% turnover rate, dramatically down. In terms of hiring speed, because a lot of time in service industry, time is money. When you have a turnover, your team is under pressure. You lose revenue. You may have a compounding turnover just because one people turn, everybody else are under stress, they may leave too, right? So the impact of this is tremendous. How fast you can hire is also another important thing, right? Before we were about like 15 days. Right now we are usually, without counting the weekend, we're about, 4 to 7 days to make a hire to achieve this kind of a difference. So why we can hire so much faster? Let's come back to what we talk about, the tools we are using, the AI tools we use, but also a much more sophisticated decision science optimized recruiting pipeline.
Yeah, no, those are great numbers, and the amount of money you need to spend to fill that role and train,
Gone.
money and time. It costs you so much, which I don't have to explain to you or to the founders listening to this podcast right now. Let's switch gears a little bit to marketing and how are prospects finding EmployeeJoy now? Is it search, referrals, partnerships? How are you generating new business?
We are just newly launched, so therefore the first thing we do is warm outreach to the partner, to people we know, in the cleaning industry, commercial cleaning, and mix. Okay, that's including ads, cold outreach, warm outreach, talking with the influencers who know the leads and so on. So we have a mix of marketing mix, but initially at this earlier stage, we spend more time on the warm outreach.
Have you done LinkedIn
Yeah, LinkedIn
outreach?
is a big part of that. So we do one campaign we do is called free content. Free content, just provide that content to the audience, who are interested in that. So LinkedIn is our main platform to do so.
Right. And given that your AI solution is in HR tech, how are you approaching messaging so it's clear without being too technical?
It's the EmployeeJoy.ai is turnkey solution, meaning that our recruiter, from our observing, the recruiters delighted by it because it's safe for them. It just makes them work more effectively, a lot faster. So it's literally a turnkey solution. While at the same time, we ensure entire loop of recruiting, human is in the loop, not on the loop. So what we mean by in the loop is that humans are making critical decisions. And on the loop, meaning that it's automated. Send out rejections, automated. A human can just about look at this, but no, that's not this system is about. So we are in the loop making the most important decisions. By the end of the day, you already asked me earlier, the informed intuition is what we believe in. We think that
How
it can achieve. Yeah.
I was going to ask, how complicated is the process from a cleaning company saying they want to work with you to being fully implemented?
Very, very streamlined because it's a turnkey solution. So you don't need to know sophisticated AI. You just need to know operate certain things and pretty minimal technology requirement for the recruiter to do that. But it does need one major shift. That is, the recruiter using this tool have this strong sense of humbleness. What I mean by humble is that they don't depend on I can decide. I know. My God knows. I know. I can just make that call. They don't have that arrogance. They all have this humbleness towards facts, towards data. So if you say that, is there any big change? Yes, but that's not a technology requirement. Not you have to know AI stuff like that to really utilize the advantage of this system. No, it need a mindset shift, the respect, the humbleness towards the gut feeling and the respect to the data insight.
And I know you're launching now. Do you have a sales team actively engaging in demos or is it self-service? How does that work?
Yeah, we do demos. We do real demos at this stage because before we automate anything, we want to make sure that our practice is the best practice. In fact, if you have an audience of any cleaning company in this commercial cleaning space, residential cleaning space, we are working with partners to go through this process. We're still in the early stage of testing and optimization. But when we optimize that, we are going to consider the sales process to be more automated process. But at this time, we're heavily involved, observing, listening to our customers, really want to make sure that we listen to our clients' feedback and optimize this system even further.
Excellent. And you listen, you're an AI company. How are you using automation internally for either sales, marketing, or uh, overall automation and AI adoption. What are you doing to manage the business with AI?
We're very similar in the philosophical approach with great EmployeeJoy.ai. We talk about this as empower human, not to replacing human. So we do that with marketing a lot. For example, we have been really researching about our content marketing, our blogging, how we write blogs. We realize that today, with the new algorithm from Google, with all the AI platforms evaluation of your content, we have to write it very differently. And so we established the entirely new process. And so the idea is the same. The blog's content have to be unique for us. But the writing process, lots of these process, getting quotes, getting image, getting optimized writing itself, not the content itself, really depending on AI. So same thing, we feel empowered by AI, not like just depend on AI to get something. We give AI, we drive that in the core message and expertise, and AI really empower us to make sure that the thing written out is so much more effective, friendly to today's digital environment driven by AI.
And as you look to the future, what do you see as the biggest growth opportunity for you? Is it new verticals? Is it partnerships, going international, additional features? What can we look forward to?
Industry by industry. Cleaning first, then we want to go to retail, we want to go to food service, caregiving, because all these employee base of all these industries are the same. Every of my employee for my service company, they all come from these industries. So therefore we want to roll out to other industries. So the result of that is growth for EmployeeJoy.ai, but also for these industries, there will be a very striking change. That is, people who use these sophisticated tools will hire so much better. They're going to hire more precisely. They're going to hire a lot faster. And that will be a game changer for the companies who really adopt to this approach. AI powered and human centered.
Well, before we wrap up today, if you were giving one piece of actionable advice to other founders building AI-powered SaaS systems, what would that advice be?
I think the advice is, I would say that be humble. Be humble. Again, we are dealing with our own judgment, often unconscious decision-making process that's come from our ancestry. We know that 97% of human history is hunter-gatherers. Even agriculture, only 3% of our human history. So we are highly defined by history. Many things we do are emotional, are very quick. We need to be humble about that. We want to be slow down. We want to be humble and to really respect data and the data insights. So when we do that, we make better, not only recruiting decisions, but better decisions for our startup, for our SaaS, for whatever we are doing.
Wells, that's great advice for the founders listening today. Please tell our audience, especially those in home services who are having issues hiring and retaining people, how they can find you.
Very straightforward, EmployeeJoy.ai. So you go to there, then you submit a demo request. We'll be very happy to show you, answer all your questions, and explain to you every step of the way.
EmployeeJoy.ai. Wells, thank you so much. We really appreciate you coming on the show today, and we thank our audience for joining. We'll see everyone on the next episode. Thanks, Wells.
Wonderful. Thank you, Rob, for this opportunity to chat with you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.